Hello everyone, I just got my KdmLink package in, and I'll be going over the install with you guys today. Just the thing is, here's what it comes with. It comes with the box, and then this red ground wire, and a connector piece. Let's see, it's got that, and you have this cable. It's for me, I got it uncrimped, but it comes with this piece, and they say you put the cables in there and you screw it in right there. You can't see it, but those are like tiny flatheads. And then you put it on the end of that cable, and then it plugs into the box. It plugs into the box right here. So, I'm gonna move forward with the install, but here's what it came with. It also comes with a sticker. I had to go to his Instagram, and on his story he had like a docs link for the instructions, and so I'll be working through that right now. I don't know how to ground wires, since this is all a little bit new to me. I'm a computer nerd, but not a electrical nerd. Hoping that I can give some good insight whenever we get into the point where it's already set up a little bit. So, yeah. The screwdriver doesn't fit the fucking holes. LOL. But this is how you're supposed to cable it. And then he said you're supposed to screw in them right. Screw these holes here right in, and it'll like tighten the cable into the connector. Omnibo! Oh. Just spinning it with my hands. Just a bit. Okay. Look, it's not coming out now. I'm gonna tighten it even more. I kind of sketched out by electrical fires. Just make sure it's tight. Always stay safe, y'all. Okay, that is finally done. That shit gave me a little bit of anxiety, not gonna lie. Okay, and then I'm gonna plug it in here. Cool. Alright. Next instruction is to unscrew a bolt directly below. It says right below the steering wheel. I assume it means this one right here. Ugh, I gotta fucking sit back. Got my legs under the car. Ugh. Just for you guys, I think it's this one. Cool. I put both hands here. I grabbed one from here, and I grabbed from down here, and I pulled them apart, and I was able to separate this piece, and so I think that's what he's talking about. The same thing for this one. I grabbed it here, and then I grabbed it down here in the screw hole. The top came off, but it still looks like it's attached, and so I'm just going to leave it like this. The two additional screws that he mentions in the guide are right here and right here. I'm going to remove those. Got this thing off. I had to move the lever up and down as I pulled. Yo, I was figuring out, struggling, and then I realized I can just do it. Shaboy! Okay, the best way to work under here is to lower the seat all the way, and if you are 5'10", like me, you can hang your legs off the edge, put your head under here. I'm going to go in that position right now. Please. Two hands, full trusting. Okay, pushing down. Pulling, pushing down, pulling. It's 4 in the morning, and last night I couldn't get the plug unplugged, and it had like a locking mechanism, like an 8-pin motherboard connector, and I couldn't figure out how to get it to work. And asking people didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. I finally figured it out. So it's a yellow plug. Let me get you. So it's this yellow plug, right? And there is a white slider pin on the other side that controls whether it's able to come in or out. I pushed up on it. Let me see if I can rotate it for the camera. You see this white piece right here? Okay. It has how do I describe this? While it was plugged in, the white pin prevented me from pulling it out. I pushed up on the white pin and it moved a little bit. I then tried to like pull on it, push on it, pushing on the pin
and pulling out on the cable, pulling out on the pin, and pulling out on the cable. And so I couldn't figure it out. I discovered that you can push the white pin up even further. It felt like I was going to break it, and when I pushed it all the way up, it sounded like I broke it. But you can push the white pin all the way up where it's not even touching the black plug part anymore. And then when it's in that position, you must push on it and pull out the connector. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, I forgot to put this in the video, but okay, here is where the original yellow cable was, and I plugged the KdmLink, like the soft threaded cable, into there, and on that threaded cable there is 2 ports. There's it continues going to the module, and then it also it has a female port where you'll plug in the original power steering cable into it. And so basically, like, the power steering cable comes into the KdmLink cable, and that same data still goes through the cable into the power steering, but there's another cable that drops into the box to give it all that data. It's a data sniffer. And so that's what they mean when they say like the KdmLink just adding a sniffer. It doesn't write permissions, it just reads. So yeah, I was having trouble putting that in there, honestly, because I think I've got a little stupid and I really had to push it in there. But it's in there. I used the fuse box cover right here. It said that this one is a spare, and so I put it there. I popped this off with a fucking flathead. I don't think I broke any clips, so that's good. I had to start down here, and you can see where I fucking scraped it up with the flathead. I don't have the trim pieces, but this bolt, if you put your hand under here, there is metal. It's the frame, like right here, and yeah, oops, right there it is. So I can this bolt is bolted into the metal, and so I'm gonna place it in between these 2 washers, the ground cable. Oh, by the way, I plugged everything in together. I don't know if I put it on camera, but it's pretty simple. You know, I think I showed the screwing of the connector piece over here. Yeah, I did that, and then that just plugs into the other side, and then there's a ground cable and a fuse cable, and then there's a spare spot. Popped this cover and grounded it there. It's kind of hanging out right here, but I can just remove this cable and replug it to get it routed through here. So it's ugly right now, but it's plugged up. There's a button here, I guess it's for pairing. So I guess I'm going to download the app now and see how it goes. I also forgot to put a fuse in here, so this is the spare fuse that I took out. I'm putting it into the spare hole that was here. Oh, it's not in. Okay, so I talked to the manufacturer, and he said that some of the wiring harnesses have been coming with the primary color swap, so the yellow and this green cable. That somewhere in the cable it gets swapped from the yellow to the green, and vice versa. And it's like a middleman problem. It's like from the manufacturer, like yeah. So it's kind of like out of his control. I get things that scale are kind of harder, and so yeah. But I swapped them, and I was having an issue. I linked the box to my phone via Bluetooth, and I was using the app, but I was getting I wasn't getting data from the CAN network from it. And I was like, okay, well, that's this cable, because this is hooked up into the CAN, and so it must be something to do with this, and it's probably that the cables are swapped. And so I texted the guy, and he was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll swap these cables, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna see how it goes. I started the car, and now it says CAN bus active. Very cool, very cool. All right, so let's. Whoa. Oh, it's really fast. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. Very cool. Okay.
Okay, here's your last update. I'm at Home Depot again. I'm probably gonna 3M tape it right here, and then we got to put this back on, and that involves turning the steering wheel for these screws again, which I've done covered up by putting the top one back on. So I'll have to stick the top one back on, bottom one on first, screw left and right, and then snap the top one back on. And then the fuse box cover and the trim piece here. Well, I'll get around to it. I'll see you guys in the next video.